everyone, want to dive into something truly wild? We're talking about chosen ones today.
Chosen ones. Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and get this, we've got this whole text. It's like a guidebook almost. It lays out this whole thing about people chosen for like a higher purpose.
A higher purpose, huh? What kind of stuff are we talking about here?
It's pretty mind-blowing. So got spiritual awakenings, psychic powers,
Hmm.
overcoming darkness, all that good stuff. The kind of stuff that makes you go, hold on, is this for real?
Okay, so it's got that woo-woo factor,
Yeah.
but is there like a practical side to it too?
That's the thing. It's a weird mix. You've got these out there ideas, but also like straight up advice, almost like a self-help book, but for the spiritually gifted.
A self-help guide for the spiritually gifted. Now that's an interesting concept.
Right. So it gets into this whole journey of the chosen one. And it's not all like sunshine and roses, it talks
Yeah.
about hardship, feeling alone, even like spiritual attacks, heavy stuff.
Wow, spiritual attacks, that's intense. But I guess with great power comes a great challenges or something.
No. Exactly. And the text really emphasizes that. It's like, yeah, you're going to face some tough times, but you're also destined for greatness.
Hmm.
Like you've got this incredible purpose just waiting to be like unleashed.
Sounds kind of like that classic hero's journey,
Yeah,
They get the call to adventure, they go through all these trials and tribulations, and then ultimately they come out on top.
totally. And the text, it even gives you clues to figure out if you might be one of these chosen ones. Like, are you ready for this?
Hit me with it.
Your name, your birth date, even specific things that have happened in your life. It's like a cosmic puzzle or something.
So it's like we're all carrying around these clues to our destiny. I kind of dig that.
Right. And get this, it talks a lot about being alone, but not in a bad way. More like,
Like it's part of the process.
yeah, exactly. It's like you need that time to really dig deep, figure yourself out.
Makes sense. You got to get to know yourself before you can go out and save the world, right?
Right. And that's where the whole gifts thing comes into play.
Okay, let's talk about these gifts. What are we talking about here?
So it's not just like psychic powers, although it does mention that. It's more like having a strong intuition, feeling really connected to something bigger than yourself.
Ah, I see. So it's less about writing minds and more about tapping into something deeper within yourself.
Exactly. And the key thing is, it's not enough to just have these gifts. You're supposed to use them to, help people.
Right. It's that classic idea of with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. So, not about personal gain, but about making the world a better place. And to do that, you got to protect your energy. Have you ever heard of energy vampires?
Oh, yeah, those people who just suck the life out of you. I've met a few.
Right. Well, the text talks about that, about being careful who you let into your life, creating healthy boundaries, all that good stuff.
Self-care is super important, especially if you're, trying to save the world. Got to recharge those batteries.
Totally. It's not selfish, it's essential. And you know what else? It says that part of this whole chosen one thing is about finding your people.
Finding your people, like your tribe.
Yeah, people who get it, who are on the same wavelength.
Makes sense. You'd want someone to talk to who understands what you're going through.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to this chosen one stuff. It's not exactly something you can just draw up in casual conversation. It's like, yeah, finding your flock. It's more than just like needing support though, right? It's like these people, they've got knowledge, resources, all that, and they share it.
Exactly. It's like having this whole team backing you up. And you know me, I love a good story. So get this. The text talks about these chosen one groups throughout history, like secret societies and stuff, working behind the scenes. Super cool.
It's like those legends, right?
Yeah.
The hidden temples, the wise masters passing down ancient secrets. I love that stuff.
Okay.
And, it makes sense, right? Like if you've got all these amazing people working together.
Imagine what they could accomplish, right? It's like that butterfly effect thing. One small change leading to something huge.
Totally. And the text actually talks about that. It's like when a chosen one really steps into their purpose, it creates this ripple effect. Like the whole world's energy shifts a little.
Whoa, that's kind of trippy, right? But also kind of awesome. Like our actions really do matter.
Right. And it doesn't have to be like this massive world-changing thing. It could be something small, like just being kind to someone.
It's about those everyday moments, right?
Hmm.
Choosing to be positive even when things are tough. And here's another interesting thing. Ready for this? The text says, when you're living your purpose, helping others, good things come back to you, like abundance flows your way.
It's that karma thing, right? What goes around comes around.
Yeah. Or like that saying, blessings all around. It all comes back to you, the good vibes,
I like that. But it's not always easy, right? This whole chosen one journey.
Definitely not. It wouldn't be much of a journey if it was, right? The text talks about that. The challenges, the self-doubt, those moments where you're like, what am I even doing?
It's like they say, nothing worth having comes easy. You got to go through the fire to become gold, or something like that.
Totally. And the text even mentions feeling attacked, but not physically. Like,
Spiritually.
exactly. Like when you're really stepping into your power, there's this resistance. Like the universe is testing you, making sure you're serious about this whole chosen one thing.
That's intense. So how do you deal with that when it feels like everything's trying to hold you back?
Well, that's where that whole support system comes in, right? The
Yeah.
community, the belief in something bigger than yourself. The text reminds us, even when we feel alone, we're not really alone.
So there's always someone or something looking out for us.
Yeah. Like a guardian angel or,
Yeah.
whatever you believe in. It's about having faith in yourself, in your path, in the journey, even when it gets tough.
Because it will get tough,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
part of the deal. But ultimately, it's about trusting that it's all part of a bigger plan
Mm.
and that we have the strength to handle whatever comes our way.
Exactly. We're stronger than we think we are. And those challenges, they just make us even stronger. They're like level ups in the game of life, It's like having that unwavering belief in yourself, even when things get tough, knowing that you're not just meant for great things, you're capable of handling whatever challenges come your way.
It's about embracing the hero's journey, accepting the call to adventure, even when the path ahead seems uncertain.
And speaking of uncertainty, I have to ask, when you hear about these signs of being a chosen one, does it make you think about your own life? Like, what if those seemingly random events, those synchronicities, those moments that felt like they meant something more, what if those were clues all along?
It's like that feeling when you meet someone and just know, deep down, that your paths were meant to cross. The text suggests that these signs can be anything from a recurring dream symbol to a chance encounter with a stranger who shares a message that changes your life.
I once met a woman who swore her life's purpose was revealed through a fortune cookie. Now, I'm not saying to start ordering takeout every night, but it does make you wonder, what if those seemingly insignificant moments hold more weight than we realize?
It's about paying attention to those whispers of intuition, those nudges from the universe that guide us toward our highest potential. And sometimes, the most powerful messages come when we create space for silence, for reflection.
Which brings us back to that idea of isolation as preparation. It's like the text is saying, before you can change the world, you have to understand the unique tools you've been given. It's about mastering your craft, honing your skills in secret before you unleash them on the world.
It's about going through that metamorphosis, that transformation in the darkness before you emerge, like a butterfly, ready to share your brilliance.
And when you do emerge, ready to share your gifts with the world, the text reminds us that it's not about seeking recognition or reward. It's about the pure joy of service, the fulfillment that comes from using your talents to make a difference, no matter how big or small.
It's about recognizing that every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, every time you choose love over fear, you're contributing to a collective shift towards a brighter future.
It's like we're all part of this grand tapestry, each thread representing a life interwoven with countless others. And every time a chosen one steps into their power, it strengthens the entire fabric of existence.
So to everyone listening, we encourage you to reflect on your own journey. What are your signs? How are you being called to serve? How are you protecting your energy and connecting with your community? Remember, you have the power to choose your destiny.
Yeah.
Embrace your potential. The world needs what you have to offer.